What in the goddamn?
I know people got secrets, but god damn, I didn't see that one coming as a secret. Hello everyone, I am not averse to pumas, but my name is Averse Puma, and today we're doing an off-brand review, everybody. Today we're looking at Muramata-san no Himitsu, or Muramata-san's Secret. There's your tags and there's your runtime, and before I get this completely started, I know some people are going to click off the video immediately because look who makes it! And people be saying, Queen Bee, you freaking cringe, it's disgusting, the animation style is terrible, I'd rather just read the doujin than masturbate to a PowerPoint presentation. But hey, I'm gonna make a little bit of a case for this right now, alright? So when a doujin has an anime adaptation, I look for two things. If the art style is the same, and if the story is changed. And if the story and art style are faithfully recreated in the anime, I'm okay with it. But when it fails to adapt the story and the same art style is when I have a problem, because when a doujin fails to recreate the story, it completely ruins it for me. Because honestly, I like my story kept intact, unlike some anime I've watched before. So with that exposition out of the way, let's just get right into it. So our main protagonist, Kaiji, is getting his ass chewed out by his boss, but his angel-like senpai, Muramata-san, is covering for him as well. Kaiji has trouble working every single day, but Muramata-san is teaching him to the best of her capability. One day after work, they decide to go drinking together, but it turns out their favorite Oasis bar is closed, so Muramata-san invites Kaiji over to her place for some drinks. Kaiji complains his heart out to his boss, and she starts to laugh, and her secret is revealed to Kaiji. She has a split tongue from her youth, and she hides it every single day because some people detest what it looks like. She thinks it's unsightly, while Kaiji, our boy, pulls a Chad move and thinks none less of her, and doesn't care about what it looks like. He gets very curious about how she can use this split tongue to the best of her capabilities, and wonders if a kiss would be as good with that tongue as a normal woman. But it turns out it is really, really different compared to a regular kiss, and it just leads to more than just kissing after that. The situation just escalates more from just kissing. It leads to them screwing and Kaiji losing his V-card to Muramata-san, and they wake up the next day together having an awkward conversation when they both woke up. During the next day, it is almost Kaiji's birthday, and most of the time, he just spends his birthday completely alone, but ever since he, kind of screwed Muramata-san, his feelings have been kind of caught up in a twisted knot of fate. So the two end up going to a karaoke bar with a lot of his colleagues to celebrate his birthday, but Muramata-san didn't know what to get for his birthday, so she decides to give herself as the birthday present, as they both go to a hotel and just leave the colleagues to the alcohol and karaoke bar. After they go through an intense session of making love to each other, Muramata-san is seen the next day at work really conflicted with her feelings about Kaiji, because she can't get him out of her head. Like, she doesn't know what to feel about him. It's like another high school love story. After she recomposes herself the next day, Muramata-san is seen caring for every one of her kohais, being the best senpai she could ever be, but in her own head has some own conflicting thoughts. She's working way too much for her own good, and she believes that all her colleagues are talking behind her back and everything, and she gets worried that Kaiji might do the same to her. But Kaiji reassures her that he won't ever do that to her because he really likes her. And Muramata-san actually asks Kaiji out to be her boyfriend, while Kaiji gladly accepts to do that. And she wishes to be spoiled by Kaiji a lot more because she hasn't felt that way in such a long time. And she believes Kaiji is different from the rest of the guys because he accepts her like body modification back then and doesn't talk crap behind her back. So they end up screwing in the office until dusk till dawn, and they end up going home together, and Kaiji and Muramata-san are now boyfriend and girlfriend. And Kaiji asks one last question for Muramata-san before the closing of the show. Like, why did she end up, splitting her tongue? Well, she replies, it's just a secret. So everyone, that was Muramata-san's secret. I frankly really enjoyed the doujin of this one, and when I saw that this was getting an adaptation, I was like, this is pretty cool because I like to see this one get an anime adaptation like Imaizumi-san one. Like, I really liked when that one got an adaptation, but when I saw Queen Bee was gonna do this one, I got a slight disappointment because, they have the notorious reputation about having a terrible art style and animation quality. But when the art style was revealed in my eyes, I thought it was pretty good looking because it was faithful to the doujin. So I really didn't mind that, but there's a lot of complaining comments about this one because it's like, oh, I can't jerk off to this because it's a PowerPoint presentation. But frankly, if you're just gonna do this, just read the doujin, honestly. But if you ever just want to have that juicy audio, might as well listen to it. But honestly, I really enjoyed the story. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Like, I don't care what people think about the animation and style. I just think if you're gonna watch an off-brand, just look for the story, because I usually just talk about 5 things when I review an off-brand. I look at the story, I look at the characters, I look at the studio, I look at the tags, and I look at the animation, because that's the 5 main things I really just go for. So anyway, I kept your time for long enough, everybody. My name is Havers Puma. Suggest in the comments what you want me to review next, and everybody just take care of yourself out there.